Matthew 23 and verse 23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. Shalom Yasha'Allah, Kol Halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem HaKakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect scattered abroad. I'm the brother Abal Gabar from the Camp Prophets in Babylon. Today's lesson is going to be centered around mercy. Right? Because I've noticed in Israel, there's a lot of Israelites that omit or dismiss the law of mercy. All right? Which is part of the weightier matters of the law. All right, you got Israelites that are always talking about the law, the law, the law. Where your fringes at on your shirt. When really they stumble at the law of Moses. They stumble at the law because they have omitted the weightier matters of the law, which is judgment, mercy, and faith. And today's lesson is going to be centered around mercy. All right. And real quick, what I have, is the definition in the blue letter for mercy.
Strong's G 1656.
Elios, which means compassion, mercy, kindness or goodwill towards the miserable and afflicted, joined with a desire to help them. And that's what's wrong with some of you Israelites, is you don't have compassion towards your people. All right? You don't have the desire to help people in a low estate. Brothers might fall short, and really what you should do is hold your hand out to help them get back up. But you got Israelites that they'll see a brother fall and they'll help try to, throw him into a ditch. Try to put him down even more. That's what's wrong with a lot of you Israelites. You lack mercy. It says, of men towards men, to exercise the virtue of mercy, show one's self-mercy. All right? Because if you don't have mercy to other brothers and sisters when they fall short or they're in a low estate, and you're not trying to help them, and you're just really trying to, cut people, trying to cut people up, and not try to help them, you're showing a lack of compassion for your own nation. Another thing, you got Israelites that don't believe all Israel will be saved when the scriptures clearly say that. That's a lack of compassion. You see your people in a lower state, you should want the best for them. But if you just, these 2/3 niggas, they just going to die and be burnt in hell, which we understand that's a false doctrine. That's another question you ask these people. Where do the spirits go when the 2/3 die? Where do those spirits go? They can't answer these questions. All right? But we understand regeneration. But the point is they lack mercy. They lack compassion and a desire to help their own nation. All right? So let's go back to that. Matthew 23 and verse 23. It says, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites. And this is the Lord, Yahushai, getting on the wicked scribes and Pharisees, man, because they were hypocrites. They would hold people up to a standard that they themselves are not keeping. All right? For ye pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. And that's a lot of these Israelites, man. They're so big on the law. They're so big on wearing fringes on their t-shirts. But the whole time they're still getting edged up at the barbershop, cutting their flesh. And they get on other brothers for not having fringes on their t-shirts when that's westernized. That's a Western thing. We didn't have t-shirts back in the day. We had garments, man. All right. But a lot of these guys are hypocrites. They're Pharisees. They're wicked scribes back on earth today. All right. And they omit the weightier matters of the law. And one of those matters is mercy. They lack the compassion toward their own people. All right. As soon as a brother falls and stumbles, he's there to kick you down more. He's there to let you know that you went off and you did this and you did that, instead of holding his hand up and say, look, brother, a just man falleth 7 times, get back up. We all fall short. And that's that. But the scribes and Pharisees, they thought that they were perfect. All right. When there was only one man that was perfect, and that's Yahushua. All right. It says, ye blind guides which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel. All right. Because they tried to, omit the weightier matters, man. They strain at the weightier matters of the law, which is judgment, mercy, and faith. And these guys don't have judgment. They still don't know right from wrong. They still don't truly understand the spirit. They don't understand the spirit of Yahushua. All right. Look at Yahushua for an example. You had people that were sick, blind, and they were not perfect. They were sinners, and the Lord still healed them through their faith. But these guys don't have the judgment to discern whether a man is faithful or not. For instance, just because a Jake might not have fringes on his t-shirt, but I'll see him, for instance, help another brother in whatever situation, you can see that the brother has faith. Just because he doesn't have fringes on his t-shirt doesn't mean that the brother isn't, exercising mercy and faith. And these are the weightier matters of the law. So if a brother is exercising faith and mercy, but he has no fringes on his t-shirt, hey, that's a beautiful thing. You see that brother, is exercising the weightier matters of the law. At the end of the day, we're going to be saved by our faith. And to show mercy, that's the sign of faith. To help another brother that's down, in a lower state. All right. But from there, let's go to James 2:13. And really, these Israelites that have no mercy, they hate their own people. All right, they hate their own people, and they don't know what it is to truly help brothers and sisters in a lower state. All they know how to do is kick you down lower. All right, and like the scripture said, just man falleth 7 times, but you're gonna get back up. You got to get back up. Now, if a nigga just fall out and he just goes back to the world, that's another thing. He just fall. But if you see a brother's truly trying, he's trying to keep that spirit, that fire burning. Hey, call Allah Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, brother. Get back up. We here for you, brother. What can we do to help you? But you got Jakes, man, that is always about cutting people, strife and contention. And that's a lot of Israelites, man. You got Israelites that say, oh, I'm not with no camp. I'm not in no camp. The Lord had a congregation or a camp. But, you got a lot of Batman, solo, dolo Israelites, man. And these guys are bugged the hell out. These guys are bugged the hell out, man. James 2:13. For he shall have judgment without mercy that hath showed no mercy. And mercy rejoices against judgment. All right. So if you don't show mercy and love and compassion towards your nation, towards your people, well, you're not going to gain any mercy from the Lord. And that's a terrible thing. When all hell breaks loose and shit really hits the fan, when there's no more food in the stores, the Lord's not going to show you mercy. He's going to have it to where you might starve to death. All right, you got Jakes that have no mercy towards their own people, and they'll be so quick to say, oh, that nigga's a 2/3 nigga. That nigga's wicked as hell. But that brother might have, exercised the laws of faith and mercy, and he might be one of the elect, and you might be the 2/3. And that's how powerful the Lord is. The Lord will make your own words fall upon yourself. That's why you got to be humble, man. Stay humble. Stay lowly. That's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. That's what keeps you in a humble mind. You don't say, oh, I'm the elect. I'm the 144,000. I know I'm going to make. Because then you get built up with pride, man. And you got these jakes that just because they know they Israelites and they got fringes on their t-shirts, they think that they of the elect. So they're so quick to say who is a 2/3 and who's not, when you don't know if you might be a 2/3. You might be one of the men that gets casted out at the last second. And you don't want that. That's why you got to stay humble, stay lowly, stay in a mind state where you want to show mercy on your people. If you see a brother falling short, he's down and out, don't be so quick to just jump on him and say, you a wicked ass Negro, man. You ain't do nothing for the congregation. You ain't. Nah, hold your hand out as Yahushua did for us. He continually held his hand out. Yahushua continually held his hand out to get us back on the right track. That's how we must treat our brothers and sisters. Hold our hands out to help them get back up, rise up to the a state that they're supposed to be in. Because at the end of the day, it's not our seat to say who is of the elect and who is of the 2/3. Whole time we can say a nigga's a 2/3, and he might be in a wicked state of mind right now. But as time goes on, the brother might get the truth. He might come into the truth. He might be on fire for the truth. And the Lord can have it to where that brother takes your seat, your lot, as one of the elect. Because you can be in the truth today and fall out tomorrow. And that brother can be out of the truth today and come into the truth tomorrow. And that's the spirit that you got to remain in your mind. That's the spirit you got to continue to remember, is that if you don't have mercy, the Lord's not going to show you mercy. And ultimately, you're going to fall out. You're going to bug out. And I've seen it. I've dealt with brothers that have at one time, believed that all Israel was going to be saved. And now, now 2/3, they're just going to be destroyed and they're not going to come back. Well, what if you were 2/3? What's going to happen to you? And these guys just don't have mercy. And then what happens is they start waxing worse and worse. I've seen brothers that, at one time they believed the true Sabbath according to the new moon, which is a dark moon. And as time goes on, they start waxing worse and worse. Well, now the Sabbath is Friday, Saturday. That's what they say. And then after that, they start saying, oh, well, the new moon is the full moon. Now all Israel can't be saved. Now the chariots are tornadoes. Hey, man, these Israelites are bugging the hell out, man, because the Lord is trying the reins of their minds, their hearts, La'ab, and he sees that their mind is just not right, man. They have no mercy. They have no grace. You know what they are? This is Ephesians 4:14, that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine. All right, and that's what's happening with these guys that wax worse and worse, is they are tossed to and fro, because they're not grounded by that rock, that foundation, which is Yahushua. Yahushua has them very unstable, to where a doctrine will come in like the wind and they'll get taken by it. Any doctrine, all right, because they don't have that foundation of Yahushua, the Spirit. It says that we henceforth be no more children. These Israelites are not grown in the Spirit. They're still little children in the Spirit, tossed to and fro and carried about every wind of doctrine. Right, when you see a nigga changing his doctrine every 2 months, something new is coming up, watch out for that guy, man, because he's being tossed to and fro. A new doctrine comes in, he's getting taken by it because he's not grounded. The Lord didn't give him the spirit of judgment, which is another law that is a weightier matter. Judgment, mercy, and faith, man. And these guys just don't got it. Okay, you might be clean on the outward appearance. You might have the fringes. You might wear a garment. But your inward man is disgusting. It's dirty. It's filthy. You're still being carried about with every wind of doctrine. A new doctrine comes up. You might have a new doctrine come up. For instance, they'll say, well, the sky is actually purple. And these guys that aren't grounded, they'll try to actually go into it and study and say, well, this guy said the sky is purple, so let me see if I can find it in the scriptures. That's because they're being tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine. If you know what the scriptures say, then just make it simple. Keep it simple. If the scriptures say that all Israel shall be saved, and you got another guy that says, well, nah, 2/3 they're just going to be destroyed and wiped out, and they're just going to be done forever. Well, the scriptures say otherwise. So we're going to keep it simple and make sure we establish what the scriptures say. All right. So I'm going to go here to Sirach. I'm just going to close it out here. I'm not going to make it too long. Sirach 28:3. One man beareth hatred against another, and doth he seek pardon from the Lord? Right, you got Jakes that, they really hate their brothers, man. They truly hate their brothers and sisters, man. Now we hate the wicked of our nation, but we also have mercy upon them, We have a deep compassion for the nation of Israel at the end of the day. We hate seeing our people in a low estate. We hate seeing our people doing wicked things. But at the end of the day, we do have compassion and mercy towards our nation of Israel. All right, it says, one man beareth hatred against another. So you got a Jake that'll hate another brother. And doth he seek pardon from the Lord? Meaning he'll hate his brother, but at the same time, he wants to be pardoned from Yahushai. Verse 4, he has showed no mercy to a man which is like himself. And doth he ask forgiveness of his own sins? Right, this man, all right, because at the end of the day, if you break one law, you break them all. So really, if you hate this man for not wearing fringes on his t-shirt or not keeping, a Friday to Saturday Sabbath, which is off anyways, at the end of the day, our righteousness, both of our righteousness, me and you and whoever is listening, is as a filthy rag. The scriptures say our righteousness is as a filthy rag. So that means we need to exercise the weightier matters of the law, which is faith, judgment, and mercy, man. He showeth no mercy to a man which is like himself, and doth he ask forgiveness of his own sins? If he that is but flesh nourish hatred, who will entreat for pardon of his sins? Right, meaning the Lord is not going to pardon you of your sins if all you know how to do is hate your brother. Judge, scripture says we're supposed to judge righteous judgment, man. And that should be according to faith, mercy, and judgment, man. All right. Primarily on this lesson that I'm talking about is mercy, man. Having mercy, that compassion, that love towards your nation. And Israelites lack that. And all the Israelites that lack that compassion and mercy and faith, if they don't get it right, if they don't get it together, the Lord's not going to have mercy on them, and they will be cast into that lake of fire, man. All right, so keeping it short, man. Call hello, Yahweh Shemel Shabbat Shemakak Radash, brothers. Remember to have mercy, stay humble, stay lowly, of a low mind. Till next time, shalom.